Thank you, gentlemen. Please take your seats. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Would you please take your seats? Well, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to Forest Park Crematorium. We are gathered here today out of love, friendship and respect as we pay tribute and celebrate the life of Elizabeth Younger Mills May, or Betty as she was better known to all of you here today, and who I know will be greatly missed. Throughout the year, people from all walks of life enter this chapel, and for every service that takes place here, they are all different in various ways. Different amounts of people attending, different religions and beliefs, different music, different words and different emotions. But they all share one common theme, and that is they are all acts of love and friendship. They are without doubt the most difficult acts of love and friendship we have to take part in, because it means saying goodbye to someone who, whether in a big way or a small way, was a part of our life, and someone who influenced who we are as an individual. And to begin our proceedings today, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Charlotte to join me, who will share a few words in memory of Betty.
For those of you that don't know me, my name's Charlotte and I'm one of my nan's 15 grandchildren. I'm going to try and be strong and read this letter that I wrote to Nan, and I'm sure as all of us grandchildren, great-grandchildren can echo what I'm going to say. To Smelly. I always called her Smelly and she called me Stinky. In fact, when we was in hospital last, she said I stank of onions. Thanks, Nan. Today is all about you, Nan. A day to remember the amazing 91 years that you lived. It's important that we celebrate your life, although we all know you hated any fuss or attention. I remember when you was turning 90 and everyone was more excited about your birthday than you was. I asked you what you wanted to do for your 90th and you said, "What do I bloody want to celebrate my birthday for?" You was very stubborn when you wanted to be, but that's what we all loved about you. We had some great memories as a big family when we celebrated your birthday. Everyone all together in the garden at Mum and Dad's. I'm sure you secretly loved the fuss and your children all being together, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, all in one place. Which then leads me on to one of the biggest memories. Those Sunday afternoons when we were all kids when we were younger and we would all come round yours. We would walk straight in the door as it was never locked. We'd fight our way through the ball of smoke into the living room because you and Grandad would be smoking like chimneys, having one fag after another, and we would get covered in dog hairs within the first 5 minutes. Sean said he always remembers the crazy Sundays as a kid, crammed into the living room, too scared to leave your seat because you would never find one again. Those were the good old days. It's crazy to think how big the May family is, and that's all started from you and Grandad, the King and Queen at the top of the family tree. We will all miss coming to see you, Nan. We will miss you sitting in your chair, putting the world to rights. We will miss you saying your favourite swear B word. We will miss you standing at the front door waving us off when we would leave. And we will even miss you on them days that you would tell us girls that we were getting fat and had put weight on. At least we could always count on you for your honest opinion, as you was never one to beat around the bush. And everyone that knows you would know that you was never afraid to say what was on your mind, even if it would offend someone. You really didn't give a beep. But we know you loved us, and just as much as we loved you. I'm sure if you had a swear box in your house, you would have been a millionaire by now. Thanks, Nan, for being you. You were such a special lady. Certainly one in a million and will never be forgotten. Enjoy being at peace and being back with Granddad. We all love you lots and will miss you even more. Sweet dreams, Nan. Thank you.
Thank you. And now for our next piece of music in memory of Betty, Stevie Wonder, I Just Called to Say I Love You.
No New Year's Day to celebrate. No chocolate cup candy hearts to give away. No first of spring, no song to sing. In fact, here's just another ordinary day. No April rain, no flowers bloom, no wedding Saturday within the month of June. But what it is something true, made up of these three words that I must say to you. I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. No summer's high, no warm July, no harvest moon to light one tender August night. No autumn breeze, no falling leaf, not even time for birds to fly to southern sky. No Libra sun, no Halloween, no giving thanks to all the Christmas joy you bring. But what it is, so oh, so new, to fill your heart like no three words could ever do. I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. I do. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. I do. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Oh, my heart. Oh, my
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to listen to our first of our 8 recordings in total in memory of Betty.
My mum, I wish to tell you how much I loved you, Mum, and how much I'm going to miss you. I wasn't good for phone calls, but you was always in my heart and in my thoughts. I can remember as a child, good memories, going to Scotland, me and Alan, to be with your mum and dad on school holidays. You was always there when we cut ourselves in the street as kids playing. I remember the time when you and Daddy went to go shopping and you left me in charge to look after the kids. What a mistake I made there. Me and Alan decided to play cowboys and Indians. Mummy and Daddy just bought a new chair. We decided to play campfires, lighting pieces of paper and throwing them at each other. Then one piece went under the chair near the fireplace. Then it started burning. We set it out as very young firemen as we are. Dad's working suit was on the top of the chair. That was burnt too. Panic started. But the panic started. We heard Mum and Dad coming in the door of the house. So we hid inside the burnt chair underneath it. I heard Mummy saying, "It smells of burning in here," to Daddy, in her Scots accent. I will never forget that day because I was the one who got the hiding. I've got some good childhood memories as well, going to Southend and Canvas Hands with my brothers and sisters. I remember the big Canadian ambulance they put us all in, that Daddy had. Meeting all the aunts and uncles down there. We all had our little buckets and spades. We used to get so excited about that. I used to say to Mummy, "Are we there yet?" "Not yet, Jimmy. We just left the street, Coppice Path." We played in the dirty Southend water, then came out, then the food was ready. No freezer boxes then, nothing. Bent up sandwiches from the sun, boiled eggs you could play cricket with, but it was fun, then lots of fun. Then we all fell asleep in the ambulance on the way back to the house, and Mum and Dad would carry us in one at a time into the house in our beds. It was like being in a fridge in our beds, no heating in them days. They used to cover us with coats they found in the house. Mummy loved us all so much, and we all loved Mummy. She was a mum in a million, and I'll never forget her, bringing us all up as we are today. Love you, Mummy, always, from your loving son, Jimmy.
A capable mum. She learns to be thrifty and lives modestly. Best clothes on to go out on Sunday or stay in was the motto. So that a family can be neatly dressed, presentable and well nourished. Oh no, not more porridge. She works hard and watches over her household, day and night. Love you, Mum. Rest in peace, Alan.
This is Betty here, Mum. It's very hard for me to say what I want to say in such a short time. But I'm going to miss you so much. You were such a good mum to us all. I've got lots of memories from childhood to even up to now. And the best times were when we were children, growing up and all the things you done for us. Can remember sitting at the table in the kitchen, watching you make spotty dick, apple pies. I used to sit and eat the apple cores, and you taught us how to cook. You know, it's so many memories of so many things with you and Dad. I'm going to miss you so much. I just want to say that I love you. And I'm going to miss you forever. You're the best mum in the world. You know, I can't ever forget that, what you've done for us. Hope you're resting, Mum. You're with Dad now. in a nice place. And you're happy, and you've got the dogs there as well with you. You can start a new life together. Okay, I miss you, Mummy. I love you.
This is for you, Mum. You are loved by us all. Do not worry yourself about us. You are at rest now and peace. It could have been easy for you bringing up the 8 children, but you've done a brilliant job. You and Dad, I will miss your voice the other end of the phone. We all had a good upbringing, as much as times was hard for you, and can talk about the good times when we're all young, and how you taught me to peel the potatoes without breaking the skin. Your porridge you made us in the morning always went down well, which was your favourite all your life. The times we spoke if we watched a movie together, we couldn't remember a film star's name in it. We'd rack our brains, then I'll Google it. Yeah, I'll Google it. You used to tell me about your dreams. Thank you for being my mum. You will dearly be missed so much. May you rest in peace and sweet dreams. Love you always, daughter Lana.
We begin Betty's story 91 years ago, on the 22nd of June 1929. She was born at 33 Phoenix Park Terrace in Glasgow, and into the loving care of her mother Elizabeth and father Hugh. Betty was also one of 3 children, with a sister called Catherine, but everyone called her Kitty. And tragically, her brother Hughie, aged just 6, drowned before Betty was born. Growing up, Betty attended the local school near Hayward Street in Glasgow, and after completing her schooling years, she found employment as a machinist. She later moved on to work for Woolworths and then a DIY shop, which she always referred to as the oil shop. Betty met her future husband, George, or Jim as he was better known, at a dance hall in Glasgow. The young couple soon began courting, and over the following years, they shared some lovely times together that formed the foundations for a long and very happy life at each other's side. Betty and Jim were married on the 23rd of September 1946 in Glasgow. The first of their 3 children were born in Glasgow, and then they moved down to East Ham to Jimmy's family. The couple were blessed with 6 sons and 2 daughters: Jimmy, Alan, Betty, Lana, Johnny, Gary, Hughie, and Chris. And all of them were born within 14 years of each other. And I can only imagine how busy bath and bedtimes were in that household. And as the children were growing up, holidays were spent in camping in Camber Sands, and on one occasion the family drove to Spain in a VW caravanette, and it took them over 2 days to get there. The years passed, the children flew the nest, and went on to bless their mum and dad, 15 grandchildren. And in later years, Betty was blessed with 18 great-grandchildren, and there are 2 more currently on the way. And incredibly, she had 6 great-great-grandchildren. And I know you will all agree with me when I say this, that your Betty really does leave quite a legacy behind. When she had a little spare time to herself, Betty thoroughly enjoyed going to bingo. She sometimes went 2 or 3 times a week, And she once had a really big win, but never told anyone the exact amount. She also loved reading and watching TV, preferring old black and white films. EastEnders was another favourite, as was Catchphrase and The Chase. She enjoyed feeding her squirrels, William and Harry, and the foxes and any feral cats that called at her door. And I would like to share with you a lovely little story about Betty's driving. One thing you might not have known about Betty is that she loved her Honda Accord. And she drove this car for over 20 years. But after many years of just scraping through the MOT, it eventually failed. Betty couldn't see her life without her car. So unbeknown to her family, she asked the garage if they had any automatic cars in for sale. The garage just happened to have a little silver Fiesta. Well, there and then, Betty signed on the dotted line, but she was very nervous about driving it, so she asked Julie, her daughter-in-law, to go with her on the first time she drove it. Well, Julie just sat there in silence and couldn't get over how fast Betty drove that car. Now, bearing in mind she was 87 years of age at the time, she drove it like Sterling Moss. Each week the family would check the car, and there was always a different colour paint on each corner. And when asked about this to Betty, she replied, "There are a lot of inconsiderate drivers out there." When I asked you how you would sum your Betty up, you replied that she was a wonderful wife, mother, sister, auntie, nanny, and loyal friend to many people throughout her life. She was independent, strong-willed, and feisty. She was a generous tipper. Even at the age of 91 years, she was still calling her local takeaway to give them her order for dinner. She did a wonderful job of raising her 8 children, keeping them fed and watered through some really tough times. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now listen to our next 4 tributes in memory of Betty.
This is Johnny and Mum. And what a great mum and mother you were. All the memories I had as a child and all the memories as an adult. You were a mother with that Scotch broad accent, which I can still hear in my head. Anyway, Mum, you had a good long life. You brought up a very close family with respect for other people and good mannerisms. I'll never forget that. And I will never ever stop thinking about you. The same as Father. So I'll let you go now on your journey. Your memory will remain in my heart forever. Rest in peace. I love you, John.
Mum, you will always be the diamond missing from our hearts. And you know, Mum, you're the lucky number all your bingo friends will want in their books. So, Mum, relax, chill out in your deep sleep. God bless you. And Gary.
Firstly, thanks to all relatives and friends here today. 2 days prior to Mum's passing, our cousin Peter Upton passed away. Our condolences go to his family. I have so many memories of Mum, but above all, Mum, you endured the financial hardship of creating a fine family of children who would look out for each other during our school years. For me, the winter months were the worst at 11 Coppice Path. The living room was the warmest room in the house, always with a blazing coal fire. Everywhere else in the house, when breathing out, was this condensation. There was 4 in 2 bunk beds in one bedroom, 2 sisters in the other bedroom, and my oldest 2 brothers in the box room. Mum and Dad slept downstairs. When Mum woke me in the morning, she said, "Don't touch the glass, don't touch the nets." Some chance of that, as they were frozen, the nets were frozen to the glass on the crystal frame window. I used to run downstairs to the warm living room fire. Mum would give me a fork and a slice of bread and said, "Toast this on the fire, I've got no margarine," and off she'd shoot down to the shops to work. Not many know there could have been 11 May children. Unfortunately, Mum had 3 miscarriages, so it wasn't to be. Anyway, Mum, I love you more than words can say. I know you and Dad will be looking after the 47 of us you produced. God bless. Love, Hughie.
Hello everyone. It's Christopher here, the youngest of the family. I just wanted to say a few words in respects to my mum, my lovely mum. And yeah, I've got some wonderful memories of her mum or nan or friend. And in regards to the people that are there today at the service. And many memories, and she'll be sadly missed, especially in my heart, you know. Yeah. But in respects to a lighter note, I always remember Mum when I was a little boy. You know, I was one of those little kids that had me dummy until I was about 5. Couldn't get rid of it, you know. And the plastics used to break on them, I always recall. And Nanny sometimes used to feed them through a little bit of cardboard, you know, so they had a little bit of cardboard and to go around your face sort of thing with a dummy in it. And I remember her picking me up from the school, you know, when I first started school. And Coppice Infant School. And I come out and Nanny was waiting there, my mum. And she had a pink 3/4 sort of rain mac on with a scarf on. She used to have her hair in a bun then with black hair in the early 60s. And always recall her coming out the school gate. She remembers the same story as well. And as I come up to her, she goes, "All right, Christopher?" And I says, "All right, Mum." She goes, "You enjoyed your day at school?" I said, "Yeah, it's all right." And as we was walking up the road, just past the school, Manford Way gates, I say, "You got my dummy?" And she pulled out her little pink pockets at the side, you know. And I go, "Don't let me mate see it." And she put it in my hand, and I put it up near my mouth with my hand over it, hiding it, walking up the road. But I think one of my brothers or my sisters or my dad or my mum chucked it in the fireplace later on, because I couldn't find my dummy, you know. And I ended up saying to Mum one day when she was sleeping on the couch, "Mum," she said, "What?" I said, "Can I have some money to go around Stitches," which was round the corner, a little sweet shop next to a little grocer's shop. And I said, "What do you want round here?" And I said, "I just want to get some sweets." But she said, "I ain't got no money or something." She goes, "Here, there's a penny or something in the desk." I went to the desk drawer, there was a penny in there, I went round the Stitches. And when I got in there, the lady in there, Sylvia, big beehive, blonde hair, like 1960s style. And I could see the dummies behind her, and I said, "A dummy, please." And she said, "That's 4pence. And I said, "I've only got a penny." She said, "Well, you have to go back home and get 2pence then." And I never got the dummy, and I went back home and lived without it thereafter. But anyway, I wanted to try and keep it on a lighter note for everybody. And all my wishes and blessings to you all today. I'm with you in presence. Might not be there in person, but my love to you all, and my love to my mum. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
There are so many memories and so many stories associated with Betty. And I know that each one of you here today, and the people that cannot be with us, will have your own very special memories of her. Now, some of those memories will be heartwarming. Many will be funny. Some will undoubtedly be sad. But I'm sure that each one will be remembered fondly. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I know you will all join me in wishing Betty a very peaceful rest. She has earned it. And she will leave us today safe in the knowledge that our love and our thoughts will always be with her. We have now come to the part of the service where we can relax and take a little time to reflect on Betty's life. During this time, we will listen to Vera Lynn singing "Wish Me Luck" as I wave you goodbye. And this is an opportunity for us to recall all of the wonderful memories we have of Betty. And in the future, when you hear this song, those memories will hopefully come flooding back to you.
Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. Cheerio, here I go on my way. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. With a cheer, not a tear, make it gay. Give me a smile I can keep all the while in my heart while I'm away. Till we meet once again, you and I. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. Though I'm going on my way, don't feel so sad at heart. Keep this lovely moment as a memory of heart. And before I go, please whisper soft and low, just once for me to hear the words, I love you, dear. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. Cheerio, here I go on my way. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. With a cheer, not a tear, make it gay. Give me a smile I can keep all the while in my heart while I'm away. Till we meet once again, you and I. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye. Give me a smile I can keep all the while in my heart while I'm away. Till we meet once again, you and I. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, where possible, could I now politely ask you all to stand as we begin our farewell to Betty. And as we stand in honour of Betty, I dedicate these next few moments to every single precious memory associated with her. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose on earth. A time to be born and a time to die. Here in sorrow but without fear, in love and appreciation, we commit all that Betty was to our memories and her soul to eternal peace. Betty, the life you led, we will always honour. Your departure with a heavy heart, we have to accept. Your memory, we will forever cherish. In grief at your passing, but in gratitude for your life and for the privilege of sharing it with you, today we bid you a loving farewell. Thank you. Would you please take your seats? Family and friends, this now concludes our service here for Betty. And in a moment's time, our last piece of music will begin. And then when you are ready, our funeral director, Carol, will collect and guide us to the gathering area. And after you've chatted for a while outside, Betty's family would love to join them at Hainault Golf Club, where you can continue to share some of your great stories and memories of Betty over the years. And finally, should you wish to make a charitable donation in memory of Betty, the chosen charity is the South Essex Wildlife Hospital. Thank you.
It's so important to make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. Make just one heart-to-heart view. You sing to one smile that cheers you, one face that lights when it nears you, one girl you're everything to fame. If you win it, comes and goes in a minute. Where's the real stuff in life? To